Noah Gragson is going cup racing, but not for Junior Motorsports for some reason. Ty Gibbs is likely going cup racing next year. Kyle Busch still doesn't have a ride for 2023. NASCAR is wasting money. And does NASCAR's playoff system need a revamp? Strap in, gearheads. This is Shifting Gears. I'm Alan Bailey, and before we get started, make sure you smash that subscribe button to stay up to date on the latest videos and log on to AmericanRacingNetwork.com for the latest on these stories. Breaking news, Kurt Busch will miss his fourth consecutive NASCAR Cup race due to the crash at Pocono. Ty Gibbs will once again fill in for Busch in the number 45 Toyota. Many believe that Busch might retire after the season due to this traumatic brain injury that he sustained. We wish Kurt a full recovery. Get well soon, champ. However, it's the other Busch brother that has the NASCAR garage talking. Where will Kyle Busch race in 2023? Reports have Joe Gibbs Racing backing out of talks with Kyle for 2023. A Chevy team believed to be Colic Racing and the number 16 Chevy have stepped forward as the new frontrunner, and Stewart-Haas Racing with the number 41 Ford is also on the table. Look at it this way. The number 41 literally burst into flames over the weekend, and the number 16 was running in the top 5 for a majority of the race before some pit road issues. Joe Gibbs has seen what grandson Ty Gibbs has done in the number 45 with a 16th, 17th, and his first top 10 at Michigan over the weekend, and reportedly now believes that the time is right for Ty to take over the first car that Coach Gibbs ever started with in the NASCAR Cup Series, that number 18 Toyota. But what do you think? Where will Kyle Busch race in 2023, and will Ty Gibbs race the number 18 Toyota in 2023? Let me know down below. And in the worst kept secret in the NASCAR garage area is now official. Noah Gragson will be taking over the number 42 Petty GMS Chevy in 2023, taking the ride from failure Ty Dillon. It will be Gragson's first full-time season in the Cup Series, but it means he'll leave Junior Motorsports and, by extension, Hendrick Motorsports. Noah talked about leaving Dale Jr.'s team on Sirius XM satellite radio.
Currently being over at Junior Motorsports the past 4 years, it's a unique atmosphere over there, and it really starts with the leadership and Dale and Kelly, LW, Mr. Hendrick, and it just seems like a laid-back family atmosphere and a place that I can perform at. And they've really made it a home for me. And I see the same thing in Petty GMS and, with their team and their group of men and women here and the leadership from Maury Gallagher and then the Petty family and Mike Beam. I see that same atmosphere. So Maury Gallagher, Mike Beam, and the Petty family, they've taken a leap of faith on me, and, I hope to make them proud.
Noah's first race in the number 42 Chevy will be at the LA Clash in February 2023, unless, Dillon finds a new way to be a huge, humongous failure between now and then. A lot of people are asking what happens to Noah's old ride at Junior Motorsports next season. Well, Carson Hussavar is actually the frontrunner to take over that ride in 2023, with Dale Jr. and Junior Motorsports still talking to a few other drivers and mulling over options for next season. After racing the first 8 rounds of the 2022 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross season in a fill-in role for the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, Shane McElrath will close out the season with the muck-off Yamaha team in the final 4 rounds. But that wasn't the plan initially, according to McElrath.
The week after Washougal, I was working on putting together a privateer deal and had some stuff lined up, and actually had a flight for Saturday to go to California to kind of get on a Yamaha and start riding and start the privateer program. And I spoke with Brandon, I think Thursday, and he said, yeah, Nicoletti got hurt, and so we spoke, and the first time I talked to him, I didn't realize that Nicoletti was going to try to race outdoors. So, because I had mentioned to Brandon at Melville if they had a spot open for the rest of the season, to keep me in mind. So, I spoke to Brandon, and we didn't even talk about riding a bike or anything. He just let me know Nicoletti got hurt, and we were working on some other stuff too. So, then I called Brandon back, I think later that day. I'm like, dude, I didn't realize Nicoletti was going to be racing outdoors. And he was like, yeah, he was testing his race bike when he crashed. So I called my manager. I'm like, hey, there's this Club MX deal. What can we do about our other sponsors, or can you look into it and see what we can do? And worked everything out that day, and then Friday comes around, we spoke with Brandon again. I still had a flight for Saturday morning. I'm like, I'm not sure what to do, and yeah, it ended up working out.
McElrath has been looking for a permanent ride after his Supercross team folded at the end of the 2022 Supercross season. Now, since NASCAR didn't want to invest any of the massive TV money into its racetracks, fan experiences, race teams, or even its own streaming service to make it easier for fans to watch NASCAR races, NASCAR has decided to instead waste the money by building a 38,000 square foot production facility outside Charlotte, North Carolina, adjacent to its R&D center in Concord. The facility will open in early 2024 and will have offices for about 125 NASCAR Productions and Motor Racing Network employees. Because renting office space just wasn't good enough, they decided to build their own building. Nice. Sam Mayer will return to Junior Motorsports in the #1 car in the NASCAR Xfinity Series next season. Mayer is 9th in the Xfinity playoff standings at the moment, with 5 races remaining before the cutoff. He is winless this year, but has 8 top 5s and 11 top 10 finishes. Many believe that Mayer actually might be the next Noah Gragson over at Junior Motorsports. The asking price for NASCAR charters has now reached a staggering $20 million. The most recent charter to trade was the now defunct Starcom Racing, selling one of its charters to 2311 Racing late last year for a massive $13.5 million. Teams that are now most likely targets to sell their charters in the coming years, including Rick Ware Racing. Please, 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 dear God, please sell those charters. Rick Ware, get out of NASCAR. Spire Motorsports and Live Fast Motorsports. Junior Motorsports and 2311 are both 2 of the teams that are reportedly in the market for charters, but nothing is official as of yet. NASCAR has 3 races remaining until the cutoff. Richmond this weekend, followed by Watkins Glen and Daytona. That's 2 wildcard races. And staggeringly, with Kevin Harvick's win over the weekend, that means only 1 playoff spot is still available. Right now, Ryan Blaney, who currently sits 3rd in the point standings, is actually 19 points ahead of Martin Truex Jr. for that 16th position. But Blaney and Truex both do not have victories in 2022, which means we could see 16 or 17 winners in the next few weeks. What happens then? It means NASCAR will have to look at the point standings, meaning that the points in these next 3 races actually do count. Let me know what you think. Does NASCAR's playoff system need a little bit of revamping so that 2 of the top 5 in points actually make the playoffs? Or does this win and you're in playoff grid with almost half the field getting into the postseason make a whole lot of sense to you? Let me know in the comments down below. I know we're opening a can of worms with this one. For these stories and more, log on to AmericanRacingNetwork.com to keep up on all the latest motorsports news you need to know. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. Thank you so much for watching. For Shifting Gears number 129, I'm Alan Bailey. We'll see ya at the track.